Hi Capricorn, welcome to a special reading for the solstice, which is on June 21st. I'm actually recording this the day of the solstice. I have a combination of oracle cards and tarot, and one tarot card. And let's start from the beginning. So this is just a special reading, and my name is Raina. This is the Burning Core, I think it's called. I've used a spread online, and I'm trying to remember the particular name for this position. But basically what this is talking about is your passion at the moment in life. It's called Beauty Way. This is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. And I have this card, and the next one is also from that deck. This is a deck that Hay House sent to me, and I think it's a beautiful deck. I haven't used it very much because I don't really use oracle cards. I should incorporate them more often, but I typically just use tarot cards in my readings, and they're borderless cards, very beautiful colors, a lot of variation, which is important to me because I think sometimes there's too much similarities between cards and they just end up looking kind of alike. And you really can tell the difference between each card in this deck. Good card stock too, by the way. Okay, so your passion at the moment is associated with Beauty Way, and it says, Beauty Way is both a path that you travel on and a daily practice. The path where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as a journey through life. The practice is where you take action to bring beauty to every situation you are in. When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to the difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, you point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. And for some Capricorn people, you may be making a concerted effort to do this. Like you're very aware of the opposite of this. Capricorn is not only an earth sign, but because you're ruled by Saturn, you tend to be very, well, it's not that you tend to be pessimistic. It's just that you look at it as realistic. So if another sign, like Sagittarius, lives in the moment, you are planning for a rainy day. And that is not negative. That's being pragmatic. So the problem is with any sign when they take these wonderful attributes and they overemphasize them. So being too much in the sense of that kind of what if on the negative end can, you know, obviously lead some people to see the glass half empty. And I am sure that there's some Capricorns out there who have decided that they're not going to do that. They're not going to go there. And that's what the Beauty Way card represents. And the second position from the same deck is how you radiate your messages to the world. And it's represented by Earth, which couldn't be more perfect. So I'm going to read from the booklet. I'm not reading everything that it says for the card because it's not appropriate based on the position of this card. So I'm just reading what it means. The concrete world you inhabit is there by the grace of spirit, and you are a part of it. Much can be accomplished now when you focus on compassionate, reverent service to the world. If you act with integrity, gratitude, and humility, you will find yourself more prosperous than you can imagine. Success is assured when the earth appears as an invitation. Sorry, I just woke up, so I'm a little bit spaced out. But you know, it's interesting because the way that Capricorn people and all earth signs communicate the best is through very accessible, grounded ideas that kind of talk about how you have managed to do certain things. Because I'm sure a lot of other people, if they were watching this, would agree that Capricorns are ones to emulate when you're looking at how to just, you know, go through day to day in as successful a manner as possible. So even like in terms of career goals, anything that you do where you can help other people manage their lives, you could do quite well. So I think of somebody starting a YouTube channel and talking about, you know, helpful hints on doing things that are practical, like shopping and saving money and things like that, that you would be perfect for that, that you have a lot to offer other people. Ancient Light is the position that talks about what you need to leave behind. And this is a card of leaving behind. The Six of Swords is a card of recognizing disharmony and sailing away to a brighter shore. And since it's something that you have to leave behind, there may be a tendency for some Capricorn people to endure things much too long. Even though you're a cardinal sign, you're an earth sign. So you kind of let things fall off your back. You're not the kind of person to really get too emotionally turned upside down, even if you're going through a very stressful period. You can kind of keep your head. But understanding when you're in a healthy environment, I'm talking about in personal relationships, but I guess it could be work too. Understanding when it's not good for you, and even if it's not getting to you emotionally, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to steer my boat somewhere else is important. And you may just be so, I don't know, focused on, I'm going to stay at this job for 3 years. I don't want to quit early because it'll look bad on my resume, or I don't want to get divorced because divorce is really terrible. That's a blight on my on my life. You know, people shouldn't get divorced. You know, having these kind of preconceived notions and wanting that sense of approval. It's not really approval from others, or maybe kind of admiration from others in your own way, because Capricorn rules the 10th house in astrology, which is your reputation in the world. And so even though I think of Capricorn as a pretty humble sign, I still think that you might be concerned with how you're perceived by others, and also are traditional. So you may, like, divorce may be something that you don't want to do, even if you're in a very incompatible situation. So that's that, and hopefully that message is getting out to the right person. And this is supposed to be what you should know today for the solstice. And it says, Commander Ashtar, call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And that card is from the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. I think this is probably my favorite Oracle deck, just because it has so many interesting characters in it. Ashtar, also known as Commander Ashtar, is a multidimensional being who promotes truth, peace, and harmony between the planets. He is said to be an extraterrestrial, but appears in human form so that he can communicate at heart level with all those on Earth who call on him. He is part of the Great White Brotherhood, a congregation of light beings who work to bring healing to the world and is a wonderful guide to those who are feeling the call to bring positivity, healing, and inspiration to those around him. He lifts up the hearts of leaders and inspires them to walk their path with complete integrity. You are receiving a call to action and being asked to step up and create the changes you want to see in the world. Divine inspiration is all around you, and Ashtar and his legion of cosmic angels are standing by to offer you loving support. Know that you are being encouraged to be honest, assertive, and true in a loving way. You may feel your ego trying to hold you back, but know that when you take the first step, the next one will soon follow. Take some time to connect with the universe by looking up at the stars, knowing that they're loving beings of light gazing back down on you. You are not alone. And that was kind of, I think, what I was going for. I think you make a great mentor, Capricorn, for people that really want what you have. And how you do that is, you know, your own path. But I think that you're very good at that. And then the last card is for what to do more of in the future. And I did pick an additional card, because this one says financial constraints. And I wanted to also have like a clarification. This is yin yang. Now that's interesting about financial constraints, because you're, you know, again with the finances. I got this card for another sign. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and good things that you already have. Capricorn is going to have a lunar eclipse in Aquarius, which is your second house of earned income, on July 27th. And lunar eclipses can be times when something is taken out of your life. So this could be an income stream. Now, you also have Saturn in your own sign. But this is great for you because Saturn rules Capricorn. So it's very, you know, it's the most comfortable there. And you are naturally thrifty. You're naturally good with money. And so understand that anything that comes in is something that is for your highest good. See, what's happening, and this is true for all of us, depending on what house we have it in our natal chart. Some people are going to have Saturn in the second house themselves, or have it in the 8th house, another money house. The point is that being able to prepare for the long term is the whole goal here. And that's what Saturn is about. It's about the long haul, not about the short term. And you're also having Mars in this sector as well, retrograde, starting in late June. So there's something going on with your second house. You may be having to do more work. So there's a groundwork. So that lunar eclipse could actually be a time when you see the benefits of all the work that you've done. So it's not necessarily that things will be taken away from you. It could be that there is some kind of a massive culmination, but you might be working very hard in late June and July to July. And even, yeah, I would say for that month before that eclipse. And then the clarification card I got is the Yin Yang card. It says this is a time of great receptivity intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective. So open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. And for sure, July is a 9 universal month. So for all of us, this is a time of wrapping up. But then, of course, we have the eclipses in July. So this is kind of like preparing you for this month where there may be things that you have to tie up, but also you will be affected by the solar eclipse in Cancer because Cancer is your opposite sign. So it's very interesting. Definitely going to be a month of a lot of change. So I'm kind of previewing July for you, I guess. Okay, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful solstice. The purpose of this reading was to look at the second half of 2018. So we're kind of at that halfway mark right now. Take care. Bye.